Welcome back, HMC, to week 10. This is going to be our Hinge workout today. For today's workout, we're just going to need our dumbbells, our bands, and as always, about 3 to 5 feet of space around us. Keep in mind, it is so important to stay hydrated, so keep that water bottle nice and close, and feel free to pause me whenever you need. Now that we've got it out of the way, let's go ahead and warm things up, reaching up. Great big inhale here. Drop it down. One more time, reach up. Exhale, drop it down. Reaching up. Let's go ahead, drop it into those arm circles. And right here is where we set that intention for today. Why did you press play? The hard part is over. We've pressed play, now we just go ahead, we move our bodies. Perfect, reaching all the way out. Open up at that chest. Link those hands behind your back. Go ahead, drop those down, shake it out a little bit. Planting those feet in the ground, let's do some hip circles. Really making sure here we're warming up that lower body, our hamstrings, our quads, those all important glutes. Just warming things up here. Switch directions. Really driving those feet into the ground and those hips all the way back and all the way forward. Perfect, that's nice and warm. I want you to find that wall and keeping in mind of space around you, just gently start swinging that leg, keeping those hips square and moving within a pain-free range of motion here. Take the ego right out of it. We're just moving within a pain-free range. Switching sides. I'm not the most flexible person in the world, so I'm just allowing my body to move. Keeping those hips nice and square. Perfect. Drop it down, shake it out. Coming off that wall, let's do some high knees. Drive those knees all the way up. Dynamic warm up here. All the way up. Checking in on that breath, that intensity. Remember, we're remaining within the talk test. So we're able to talk, but we shouldn't be able to sing during this workout. We want that kind of comfortable level of challenge here. Drop it down, kick those booties. Feeling that lengthening of the quadriceps as we go. Perfect. Then we're going to do one leg at a time, keeping those hips square. Hip openers. Out and down. Back up and in. You got this. Perfect. 2 more on the side. Let's switch left side now, keeping those hips nice and square. Open up at that hip joint. You got this. Three more. 2 more. All right, ready for the last one? Perfect. Last little warm up here, shake out those legs. Bring that right foot up, draw circles on the ground with those toes. Drop it down, switching sides. Amazing, let's go ahead, get right into those working sets. First up here, we're going to do our banded good mornings, which are a great way to kind of go back to basics on this hinge movement. If you're finding that hinge a little bit difficult, what I want you to do is back up towards a wall and think about pushing your booty against that wall. That is the movement that we're really focusing on here. So if you find that helpful, feel free to back towards a wall. Otherwise, let's go ahead, get ourselves set up. This is kind of a funny one to set ourselves up into. So bringing that band behind us, stepping through those handles if you're able to, or just on the band directly itself, the loop of the band coming over our backs and resting on our shoulders like a yoke. Stepping those feet shoulder width apart, making sure we've got a firm stance on those bands. We don't want them going anywhere. Let that band draw you in, drive that booty back, come up, and that is 1 rep. Let's go ahead. We're going to do that for 15 reps, 3 times with a little mini break in between. So find that neutral spine, hugging baby up and in, drive that booty back, tap that wall. Keeping that shin angle nice and upright and tucking that chin. I don't need eye contact here. Just keeping shins straight, chins tucked, and that nice neutral spine, nice flat back. You got this. Tap that wall with the booty all the way up. 5 more. Two. And 1 last one. Stand it up. You can bring that band down. Give yourself a little bit of a break here. Check in on that form. Safety check in on those feet. And when you're ready, let's go ahead. Tuck that chin. Neutral spine. Drive that booty back. Tucking that chin. Shin staying nice and upright. You got this. Making sure we're feeling it in our glutes and not in our lower backs here. Last one. Stand it up, mini break here. Give yourself what you need. Check in on that form. Shake things out. And we've got 1 more round. Go ahead. Neutral spine. Tuck that chin. Hinge away. All the way back. Tapping that booty against the wall. You got this. It should be burning. Tuck that chin. 3, 2, and 1. Drop yourself out of there. Get that band off your shoulders. And we're good to set aside that band. Grab that water. High five to you and to me for no snapping ourselves in the face with that band. Next up, while you hydrate, I'll go ahead and introduce the next movement. We have got our single leg deadlifts, and we're gonna have the floating leg be a traveling leg here. So we're gonna go ahead, neutral spine, tuck our chins, starting on the left leg. We're gonna let our right leg float out, tap the wall with that booty, and come back up, and that will be 1 rep. We'll go left leg, then right leg, mini break, and then 2 more times. So when you're ready, mama, finish up those sips of water. Set that intention. We are hinging. Tuck the chin. Look at my lower back. We're creating that strong base, that neutral spine. And let's go ahead. Single leg deadlifts. 5 more, you got this. Shake it out. Let's go ahead and switch sides. And if you at any point feel like you're a little unsteady, go ahead, put that foot right back down, reset, and try again. So let's create that neutral spine. Tuck that chin. Straight chin angle. Touch the wall with that booty. You got this. Two and one. Go ahead, shake it out. Give yourself that 30-second break, that 30-second form check here. Really great job. And the reason we're training one leg at a time is to make sure we're addressing any asymmetries. We've all got a strong side, and sometimes that side likes to take over if we do bilateral movements that train both legs at the same time. So by training them one leg at a time, we're really making sure that that strong side can't take over. So when you're ready, go ahead, grab those weights. Let's reset ourselves for round 2. Tuck that chin, neutral spine. And let's glide those dumbbells down that chin. Last one and we'll switch. Shake it out. Switching sides. Tuck that chin. You got this. Two and one. Shake it out, drop those weights down, 30-second rest here. Give your body what it needs here. Take a sip of that water. We've got one more round of these. Really digging deep, setting that intention, going back to that intention here. Go ahead, screw those feet into the floor, neutral spine. Tuck that chin, left side, let's go. You got this. 3, 2, and 1. Shake it out, switch sides. All the way down that shin. You got this. Three, two, and one. Last one. Shake it out. Set down those weights. Let's give ourselves 30 seconds here. We're feeling nice and warm. Making sure we're feeling it right here in those glutes. Checking in. We don't want to be feeling it in that lower back. If you are, check in on whether we're doing that neutral spine and fiddle with your range of motion. Let's remember that we're working within a pain-free range of motion. Next up here, we know them. We're going to do some kettlebell swings. So we're going to do 3 rounds of 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. And what we're going to do here, remember, we're going to focus on that hinging movement. You're welcome to come close to that wall. Just be mindful as you bring that dumbbell back, swinging forward, closing that hinge, coming back up. To get the most out of this hinge moment, remember that we're going to go ahead, neutral spine, and screw those feet into the floor. Now that we've gone ahead and got that out of the way, let's get ourselves set up. I'm going to go ahead and do a form check myself, so I'm going to get a little bit closer to my wall here. Screwing those feet into the floor, shoulders back and down, nice and relaxed. Nice neutral spine, belly button to spine. Firm grip on those dumbbells. Let's put 30 seconds on the clock. 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Kettlebell swings. So I'm tapping that booty back. Find that wall with that booty. You got this. 30 seconds here. We can do 30 seconds of anything. All right, let's cut it. Step off that wall. 30-second break here. Checking in on our form, checking in on our bodies. Grab that water. Check in on that range of motion. Could we shrink it down? Could we expand it? And checking in on that posture. Making sure we are protecting that lower back by creating that neutral spine. Pelvis is under our rib cage here. Alrighty, when we're ready, let's go ahead. Grab that dumbbell. If you need the wall for your form check, go find it. Hands down, tuck that chin. Neutral spine. Let's swing. Tucking that chin. I want 1,000 chins here. Five seconds. 2 and 1. Stepping off that wall, grabbing that water. Taking every ounce of this 30 seconds of rest. And I want you to check in on what we're feeling when we are at full extension. So when we're hinging back, we should feel a nice deep stretch in those glutes, a little bit in those hamstrings. That's what we want. If you want to boost it a little bit, gentle squeeze at the top of the movement. That's totally fine. Alrighty, when you're ready, let's go ahead, grab that weight. If you need it, find that point of reference. Screw those feet into the ground, neutral spine, shoulders relaxed and down. And let's see those double chins. Nice and focused here. Driving that booty back all the way forward. You got this. Three, 2, 1, drop it down, grab that water. Give your body what it needs here. Go ahead, grab that water, hydrate. Now we're on to the accessory part of the movements where we'll bring that intensity down a little bit and work on those muscles that help us hinge. Now let's go ahead, get into those accessory movements. First up here, we're going to do our glute kickbacks. So you're welcome to take your chair and use the back of it if you'd like, or we can just balance, whatever makes this movement easier and has you focus on it more. Squaring off those hips to the back of our chair, we're gonna go ahead, bringing that right foot up first, sliding it backwards like we're sliding the box across the floor behind us. And we're gonna do 30 seconds on the right, 30 seconds on the left, 30-second rest, and repeat that 3 times. So finding that neutral spine, holding onto that back of the chair, that wall, that countertop if we need. Foot comes up, kick it back. Really focusing and moving within that pain-free range of motion here. Ten seconds. Shake it out. Let's switch. Left leg for 30. Checking in on that neutral spine. Keeping those hips super square here. Shake it out, drop it down. 30-second rest here. Just give your body what it needs. Check in on that form, check in on that neutral spine. All right, when we're ready, go ahead. Line ourselves up, square hips, neutral spine. Kick it back. And that's what Tim Riggins said, right? It was square hips, neutral spine, can't lose. Kicking it all the way back. Driving that box across the floor. Ten seconds here. Drop it down, switch sides. Sliding that box, keeping those hips square, that spine neutral. Feeling it right in those glutes, not in that lower back. Three, 2, 1, drop it down. Shake it out. Give yourself what you need here. We have one more round of these. Quick little stretch out, quick little shake out, quick little hydrate. And when you're ready, let's go ahead, find that back of the chair. Square off those hips. Sole of the right foot comes up. Neutral spine. Kick it back. Really getting the most out of this movement by maintaining a neutral spine. And we're not swinging. This is a very controlled, precise movement. Two and 1. Drop it down, switch sides for 30 seconds here. You got this. In 10 seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Drop it down. Shake it out. We're going to go ahead, introducing the next movement. Bringing that chair to the center of your space so you can access either side from behind. We'll get these bands out of our way here. While you hydrate, I will introduce the next movement. So we're going to go ahead and do some abductions here. Grabbing onto the back of that chair, nice firm grip. Standing nice and tall. Neutral spine, that rib cage is stacked over our pelvis. Soft bend in the left knee first, and we're gonna abduct our right leg by bringing it out within a comfortable range of motion, keeping those hips square, and back down. We're gonna do 15 of these, switch sides, brief break, and do it for 2 more rounds. Keeping that neutral spine and moving within a pain-free range of motion here. You got this. Two, one. Let's shake it out, switch sides. Other hand grips the chair. And standing nice and tall, there's a string pulling the top of our heads. Nice square hips. Ribcage stacked over pelvis. Abduction to the left. Really making sure we've got that neutral spine here. That's how we're going to get the most out of this movement. Taking the ego right out of it. Just because it's body weight doesn't mean it's not going to be helpful. Three, 2, 1. Shake it down. Top to bottom. Let's go ahead, switching sides. Standing up nice and tall, there's a string coming from the top of our heads. Neutral spine. Abduct it out. I like to kind of keep my hand on where I want to feel the movement. Work on that mind-muscle connection. You do whatever makes you feel most comfortable here. And 3, 2, 1. Shake it out, drop it down. Switching sides. There's a string coming from the top of our head. Soft bend in those knees. Take it out. You got this. All the way out, all the way in. Two, 1, drop it down, shake it out. Little micro break here. We've got one more round here. Standing tall next to our chair, abduct it out. All the way out. Last one. All right, let's switch sides. This is our final stretch. Finish line is right there. Two, 1. Shake it out, top to bottom here. Well done today. Grab that water. Cheers to you. Cheers to your neighbor. Let's go ahead and cool things down, reaching all the way up. Let's exhale, take it to the left side. Inhale to center. Exhale to right. Bring ourselves right back up to center. Drop those arms down. I want you to step out. Left foot forward, right foot back. Right heel planted in the ground with a straight leg. Just press those hips forward. Amazing. Bring yourself up. Rock it back, switch directions. Stretch out that left hamstring. Bring ourselves back to center very slowly. Let's switch sides. Right foot forward, left foot back, heel is planted, leg is straight. Press forward. Exhale, back it up. Bring yourselves back up to center, stepping out as wide as our body needs. Let's fold over to the side. Bring ourselves back up vertebrae by vertebrae, over to the other side. And vertebrae by vertebrae back up. And one last time with me, reach right on up. Exhale, drop it down. And there you go. That is our 10th ever Hinge workout. Be sure to give your body what it needs today and make sure to hydrate, and we'll see you next time.